Hello there everyone, Ashnflash here, and today I figured that we would take a little bit of a flashback and take a look at this older, I guess, Avengers Age of Ultron set from 2015. And this is set number 76038, the attack on Avengers Tower, and this comes with 5 figures here and an amazing tower. And I figured just, we're right here, we're right now. The sets are releasing right now, all the summer sets at Target. The Avengers Tower will pop up any day now. I can't get my hands on it, and I wanted to do a comparison when I do have the chance to get it. So I figured that today we would just go ahead before my packages come from Europe, as well as just all the Avengers sets launching. What better time to look at this classic set, get a review out, and then we'll do a comparison when I have the set in hand. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started with this set. So first, we're going to take a look at the tower, which is really difficult to actually see and get in shot, but this thing is very massive, and there's actually 3 different floors, a 4th one if you count this, and we'll take a look at all of them individually. But just to give you a little bit of a glance at how tall this thing actually is. So yeah, that is how tall this tower actually is, and it's hard to fit on the screen all at once, but let's go ahead and let's get started with the bottom floor. And there's actually quite a lot going on here. I really like just the whole tower. Of course, the main play feature is that it can open up, but the front here actually does have 2 different play features. They have these, or I guess they're the same play feature, but you actually have these little slots that you can pull out, and they have little jumpers there so that you could put the Iron Legion on the inside and have them actually like deployed. So if you get 2 towers, you could fill them up, or you could put the 2 different suits from Age of Ultron actually in there, as well as the Iron Legion. So I like that there are 4 spots for that. I think that's really cool. And they have little stickers on the front there with I think that's meant to be the Iron Legion. And then here on the inside, you've got 2 different numbers there of tracks pointing out, so telling you which way to they're actually going to be deployed outwards. And when you actually open it up a little bit, you could see on the inside there's also this medical bay for when, of course, Hawkeye got injured, and then he has the surgery there. And it's kind of cool. They have like a little analysis, so it's analyzing whoever I guess is hurt on the actual gurney there. In this little medical area, you actually have 2 different drawers, and the top one is empty, but the bottom one actually has this little needle inside, and the drawers actually can pop out. But I do like just the inclusion of that, since it is a scene from the actual movie. And above that, in the 2nd floor, I really like this. You've got a section there for reading Loki's staff with a cool little sticker there as well. That looks really cool with it reading the staff. I also like that in this set was the first time that they actually replaced the staff with, instead of having the dagger piece, they put a blue jewel, which just made it a little more accurate, I think. And here you've got this like Ultron Iron Legion assembly sort of station, and I'll show you what that looks like right now. So you can see here that there's actually these little arms that swivel around and can bend up, but they're meant to be like assembling Ultron as he's kind of being put back together from what happened in Sokovia, with that version of the Iron Legion bot actually being destroyed, which is why he looks the way that he does. But it's just a really cool little assembly with like all the arms and different things. And then once you have him assembled, you can actually turn it around, and you can spin them around facing the outside, and then using these little hinges here on the side, you can pop out each of the windows there, and you could do each side. And I don't know, it's just cool because it is really iconic just seeing all of the Iron Legions actually bust out. This is the top floor, and this is meant to be a bunch of different rooms here at the top. Not only do you have this little balcony area with some seats meant to be like where they're having the party while they're sending off Thor, there's also on the inside, there's actually a little lab. You can see there that it says the Ultron Project, so they're trying to build Ultron there, which just looks really cool. You have a gun in the back there actually attached, as well as you could see just, I'm not sure what that's meant to be. I'm thinking maybe like the missiles or whatever that Ultron's trying to launch. I'm not sure, but just a bunch of different computer screens, as well as you get 3 of the same keyboard little stickers there to put on there. As well as, of course, on the outside of the tower, you do have the Avengers A, which are stickers, and it looks really great, I think. And same on the other side there. It looks really awesome. I love the stickers, and I like that it extends out to this one as well. I think it's really awesome that just this whole tower does close up like that, and just in general I think that the stickers just look really, really cool, and the balcony as well just has a lot of space for like party guests and different things. And it does actually have its own separate play feature where you can actually, if you wanted to, have the balcony actually get destroyed, and you could tip it up like this, and you could have it like explode if you wanted to. And I just think that's such a really cool play feature. There's also these little arms that can stick out and shoot little studs at, I guess, the Iron Legion as they turn against the Avengers. And you can just flick them like that, and I think that's really, really cool. And yeah, I just think that it's pretty sturdy as well because of the beam here in the center. So that's really cool, and I just like that. I guess you could even launch characters off if you wanted to. But it's just cool that the tower does fall apart, not just with the windows, but as well as this balcony at the top. You do have a little glass there, as well as a glass on this. And this is actually a bench that does lift up, and you could see just by lifting it up like that. And on the inside, there's a gun just sitting there in storage, but I think that it just looks really cool. The whole tower, of course, but just the stickers here really sell like that it is the Avengers Tower, and it just looks really, really great, I think, in my opinion. And I love the balcony especially. I think that is the coolest part. But now let's move on to the very top of the tower. Here is the very, very top of the tower, and it looks really cool. You do actually have an antenna piece at the top there, making it even taller, but it looks really great, I think. And it's kind of just a little bit of a topper. You can have it actually centered there if you wanted to, but it does spin around completely, and it just looks nice even on the inside that is complete, and you don't see any of the inside as well. But at the top, you've got this little launcher, which I guess could be a turret to shoot at Ultron by flicking these little pieces here. But as well as there's a little drone build, which does pop out and just slide right through there in those grooves, which just looks really cool, which we'll take a look at the drone in a second. But overall, I just think that that's really cool just feature to like launch something like that. And yeah, I think that this is a really solid set. And at the top, there is really high up at the top here, there's actually this little, I don't know, like the top of like cupcakes and different things, but in silver. But just to complete the top, give it a little bit of decoration. But I think it's a really great looking tower, and I just love that it's complete everywhere, just from top to bottom. And it's just overall just such a complete looking set. I love it so much. And here is that little drone build that I was just talking about, and it has some stickers on the inside, as well as a sticker there that says Stark Industries, as well as two other stud shooters right there. And yeah, it's just a cool little drone build, I think. Let's start with Ultron, and he looks really awesome. I genuinely just love him as a villain and a character. He was a little underused, I'd say, but James Spader is just so menacing, and I loved all his lines in the movie, and he looks so cool here. It is the Ultron Mark 1, it's called, and comparing it to the actual Iron Legion figure, you could see how it's like the same figure, but it's fallen apart, and you could see like all the inside gears and the different wires and things sticking out, and even giving it this spark on the back of the head, which is just so creepy. I really think that it just looks so cool on the transparent head as well. He's all tangled in strings, and I just love him so much. He's so cool, and that scene is just so creepy, I think. And just while the Ultron figure is fresh in your mind, let's take a look at the rest of the Iron Legion, and it looks really cool. It's interesting that his repulsors and different things are in the dark blue, whereas Iron Man's in light blue, but then the rest of the Iron Legion is in red here, so it's kind of strange, but I don't know, it looks really cool. I like the Iron Man helmet there in dark blue with the new and exclusive printing there for that helmet. It looks really, really great, and the torso and the legs look really awesome as well. I regret not getting a second tower just so I can get more of the Iron Legion, because this is just such a cool looking figure. I really genuinely like the figure a lot, and on the underneath the helmet you can actually see that there is like some texturing there on the transparent orange head, and that's the same one that the final version of Ultron uses in a different set. And here is Thor, and he looks really cool. I do like this version of Thor just with the gunmetal gray arms as well as the hair and everything. I wish that it was a different color. I really don't like the blonde. It just, the light yellow just does not work, I think. But for the most part, all of the Avengers actually have brand new face prints, and especially I love the one that they did for Thor, because just like him and Hawkeye, they have the exact same base head, but it has a brand new facial expression. So here's him just smirking a little bit, but on the back he's got this really angry expression, which I just think looks really, really great. I like that it is new and exclusive, and it just changes things up, which I really appreciate. And he, of course, has Mjolnir, and just the torso printing looks really cool. This was the first introduction of these stupid fabric capes, but on the back there you could see that he also has some really cool back printing in. And lastly, we'll look at the guy who pays for everything and just makes everyone else look cooler, and Iron Man himself here. This suit looks really cool. This is the Mark 43, and it's just so detailed. I really do like it. There is a newer version, of course, from the UCS Hulkbuster, but the only difference is the torso. Underneath the helmet there, you could see that he actually has the original face print from the first Avengers line, different than the Iron Man 3 one. It does come with the Mutt Williams hair there in black, so you could have him without the helmet on. But on the back of his face, he does have this angry expression, which just looks really cool. And the back of the torso is also very detailed, just like on the front. Now, I gotta show this since it was a part of the set, and they've since gone away because they were cracking Lego figures' legs. But this is the super jumper, I think, and you can just pull back and they jump forward, so you can put the hammer down. And I think that this is really a great set, and I'm excited to see how this holds up to the brand new set coming out this summer. And I'm excited, I really am, to compare the two, just get the other one in hand and just compare, I think, the figures, because I thought that this had a stronger figure selection maybe in my mind, but I don't know. Looking back now and actually putting this thing together, taking apart my mock of my Avengers Tower for this, not so sure if this one is the best one anymore, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, everyone, I hope that you did enjoy this video. Be sure to check out all the reviews, and be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss out on all those reviews to come, because it is going to be a crazy week. But I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I hope that you all have a great day. See you all in the next one.